Were you ever detained, Reverend Doctor?
I was only arrested, I think 6 or 7 times. One of the times I spent legacy in the detention was at Nakuru Boden police station.
Which one?
Nakuru Boden police station.
Yes.
From Friday to Monday. I slept. Mark you, we were packed in rooms, we couldn't be able to sit down.
Really?
Yes, because the room was completely packed or drunk, and we were given 1 bucket to urinate on.
All of you?
Yes, and we filled it, and we filled the floor up to 2 inches. And then when we...
Wait a minute. Did they know who you were?
Of course. I slept on that urine up to the eye. You know, putting my hand like that. We slept in turns in that urine. We decided, because we can't stand for long, you can grow dizzy. We decided how to... And then we had Holy Communion in that situation.
No,
in the
you
morning.
did not.
No, in the evening. They brought wari, which is not well cooked. And I decided, told the people in the cell, now I'm going to give you Holy Communion. I didn't know there was another cell for women on the other side of the wall. And the women said, even ourselves, we have ugari, we are going to eat our Holy Communion. Tell us when to start.
And there was no wine? What do you call the wine part?
There wasn't any wine, but the only wine we could have taken was the urine, and we didn't.
I was afraid you'd say that.
but you see, we were stuck. So what happened is that a woman from the other cell shouted and said to you, Joya, my bishop, yes, tell my husband who was there, he's the one who stole all the plates, not me.
Confession time.
Yeah, confession time. She said, we were arrested because my husband worked in a hotel and he stole all plates and the towels.
Was he with you there?
Yes, he was in my cell. And he said, yes, I stole.
You can't make this stuff up.
Oh, yes. We were with the Buddha and Johnson Nyoto. I was arrested with the Bin and Bogwa. Huh. We asked him, is it true? Wow. We were arrested and put in a cell with so many people.
Goodness.
And we started now to do, we cleared one corner to do a press up, to do exercises.
You did some exercises?
To do some I called them spiritual exercises. But they didn't help us to unite.
Yeah.
By the morning, everybody else was released except me and Bidan Bogwa and Newton.
So you had the cell to yourself?
Oh, yeah.
And the bucket?
They couldn't wait for a revolt. Because the people are saying, we want those guns, we want to free our reverend, our bishop from here.
Wow.
So they got their freedom.
Yeah.
All of them.
Do you think we have too much freedom now? Because you helped agitate for multi-party democracy.
Of course,
Constitution was changed.
Of course, we are better with the freedom than with money. Yeah, we are better talking and with the freedom of religious, of expression, of, I don't know why, the Pope John, the Pope Leo.
Yeah.
He fought for the freedom of press.
He did.
And I didn't see the Catholic join the press here when they were fighting.
You see that?
And there's a encyclical of Labour where Pope fought for both labor unionization and he fought for the freedom of expression, of association, and assembly. Yeah. And I didn't see the Catholic Church come out to support the other popes. Yes, but I think they should have come to support the media when there was to be a bad media bill, and to support the teachers.
You see?
At least broker, even if not give them what they wanted, because I think they were a little bit too far.
Yeah.
I think they could have broken a better deal
why do you think
the humiliation that I saw.
Why do you think they're so silent, Reverend Doctor? Why do you think they feel or look so emasculated? Why is that?
You think they're emasculated?
Look, I mean, the
churches are still getting rich, and they are still building big buildings, big institutions. They call them schools, but we don't see the product of their education. At the moment, we don't see any product. Yeah. We only see job seekers, not producers.
Okay, let's switch gears a little bit, Reverend Doctor, and talk about a bit of the state of the nation. This past week, actually 24 hours ago, the president came out with an address and a reshuffling of the cabinet. No. This, after 6 of his cabinet members had been removed or resigned. cutting the number from 19 to 13. So he came back, reshuffled, and brought in some new faces. Your thoughts?
As he was doing it, I was talking to the judges and the magistrates when we were launching the he-she campaign for the judges in Kenya, and I said, if I were given a chance by the president to appoint a cabinet for him, among all the Kenya judges and lawyers, I know enough, about 10, who can make a better cabinet than any of the people he chose. Not
Come
only
on.
that, yeah, even pastors I know, if I ask to go among all the bishops in Kenya, and among all the pastors that I know and I meet in the NCC.
So you're not happy with this cabinet?
I don't know them. Imagine being ruled by people I don't know.
It doesn't matter as long as they're competent.
They'll have to prove it. I have given them a tall order to prove themselves, to show that they have a name, to show that they have a brain behind them, and to show that their names are just not names. They mean something.
Yeah.
They have character, and they have morality. They have values, and we share those. If they share values with this Pope, I'm sure they are going to transform this country. If they share this article the Pope wrote called Apostolic Exhortation,
yes,
I hope they read it. If the Catholic Church determines to teach this article, and I hope they will, and I think some of them are capitalists and they may not teach, but if the Catholic priest who will be giving Holy Communion here follow up the message of the Pope as written in the papal exhortation, and I'm sure this church can transform this country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're still hopeful. Okay, I've got to apologize to our viewers at this point. There's a bit of wind coming in from around here, Chancellor's Court, and there was rain earlier on. You saw that. I guess it's a little baraka as Pope comes in. Huh?
Yeah.
A bit of a blessing, but we apologize if there's a little wind in our microphones. As we move along, Reverend Doctor, are we serious now? Do you see the president and his team? Are they serious about fighting corruption now?
They cannot unless they do like Zacchaeus. Themselves come out and say, how did I get this land? I'm going to return some of it. How did I get this property? I'm going to return some of it. How did I get where I am? Did I work harder than any other Kenyan? Or what happened? What kind of miracle made me a billionaire or millionaire? I'm going to return some of that back to the Kenyans. Come like Zacchaeus. And today the message is the message of a Pope whom I regard as calling for that have to happen. Yes.
Do you think we have that humanity in us, that consciousness that will help us, make us return stolen money?
I think it can happen. It has happened in many states, in many countries, and everywhere, and it can happen in Kenya. It can happen. I wish the Pope did not only come through Argentina. He also came through China. China is doing better with less corruption, and yet it's a billion people country. Yes, I wish he came also through China.
Yeah.
Yes.
They hang their people over there, you know that. They hang them.
We should hang, other than we are merciful, we could hang a lot of Kenyans.
But you know, Reverend Doctor, something drastic has to be done. You know, we always say arrest somebody, arrest some name, drag him.
Nothing will happen. That thing will happen.
Yeah.
Because these people have enough money to buy the whole country, not only to buy the judges. I used to like my friend David Alaba. He said that why, he used to ask, I said, why hire a lawyer when you can buy the judge?
Ah.
Yes.
Nice. Why hire a lawyer
when you can buy the judge?
Yeah.
And I think that these people today don't need lawyers. All they need to buy judges. But I met good judges yesterday. I met good judges. Yeah. Yes, and I don't want to disparage everybody because I may end up in front of them.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to commit any crime.
No. But it looks like the only person who's been arrested so far is, you know, some guy called Moses Kuria, but that wasn't for corruption, that was for hate speech.
What is the difference? If you are putting people at jeopardy, you are reaching your people. Whether by depriving them livelihood, depriving a child milk or education by corruption, or whether you want that child to be killed, to be caught in the crossfire of tribes fighting, like it will happen in Orodoret and other places. If you want to put and the women are also the most collateral damage when there's war in any country. and children.
Yeah.
If you want to put people in that kind of crossfire and collateral damage by your hate speech, how the difference are you from a murderer, or any other thief? I'm not judging them. They will be judged by the court. That's why I pay them. But the issue is that I want Kenyans to know that they may be careful. They must be careful in putting at jeopardy our youth, our young people, our ladies and our children, while men can fight it themselves, or take airplanes and fly to Europe and fight, and become refugees. What about those people who would only be internally displaced, like the others? These people are not caring.
No.
Not
heartless.
Caring. Heartless.
Yeah.
Yes, and I know them. I know some of them. I hear them, some of them.
You do?
Yes.
Reverend Doctor, do you think we will ever heal from what happened in 2007, 2008? You think
that one we have already healed, other than being returned? I think we have gone over that.
We have.
We have gone over that.
Have we moved on?
I can see people, like. Have we?
Moved on.
Oh, that one we have gone beyond. That one you have.
Why is there so much negative ethnicity in this country? Why is there so much hate between tribes?
Because people want to create a situation like that in order to gain power. They want to create crisis so that in crisis they can emerge as big and as great and leaders. Some people cannot be leaders until they create a crisis. And that's what they are looking for. Yes.
Can we move beyond that? Are we educated enough to know that that's exactly what they're doing to us? They're dividing us.
Only if our police don't laugh and crap when they talk like that. I see police, I look at the camera and I see even police people crapping for politicians when they make such statements. Instead of arresting them. If there is a crime, why do we have the anti-corruption? Why do we have to have committees? We have to have all these other things. Well, actually, already we have enough police to arrest criminals. What happened to our police? We didn't have to have anti-corruption and all those things, all these other extraneous things. I think we need to have a police force a police service that works and that works. It doesn't wait for anybody to be investigated.
Yeah.
It takes people to court.
You said
at the scene of crime, arrest people at the scene of crime.
You said you met some good judges yesterday.
Yes.
Is the judiciary working in your thinking?
I'm saying we are one society. We have judges, we have magistrates, we have lawyers, and I think what they do is that they have a lot of incumbencies because they are not the only actors. There is the police service, there is the public prosecutor, there's everybody. And I think what is happening is that we need a common conscience, a commonality of values, not in order to be a nation, which we haven't done.
The Chief Justice Mutunga just suspended a whole bunch of them the other day.
That's not enough. That's only, that's like removing one jigger from the throne. There are many jiggers. And I think removing one of them, the others will not learn until they themselves are sacked.
Yeah.
I think we need some overhauls of certain institutions.
What about a new court to tackle these corrupt thieves?
From where we don't get to the court?
Huh?
I wish I was asked to pick. I would pick a court.
Would you?
Yeah, I would
you?
Pick. Yes.
I think you would be like someone like Jerry Rawlings. I think that's you. You're a little drastic. You'd line them up on the beach and shoot them.
I would be a bit careful. But actually, they are bringing us to there, but they are not shooting, but they are killing our children through corruption. They are lining up our children, they cannot get medicine, they cannot get treatment. They are doing the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are doing the same. They are murderers in reverse.
Yeah.
Yes, in the other, from the poor side. Yeah.
So our children are in trouble?
In trouble because of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take another break, Reverend Doctor, and ask you, when I come back, what's the solution? Where do we go from here? Will this mass help? Will the Pope going to Kangemi help? Will the Pope speaking in Kasarani, will that help? Will that help? Hold the thought, Doctor. The children, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. At Timothy Njoya, at Koinange Jeff, the hashtag. We've been piggybacking on it all day long. Let's keep using it. Pope in Kenya. I will read your tweets when we come back on the bench today, live at the Chancellor's Court at the University of Nairobi grounds, site of Thursday's Papal Mass. 1 million people expected to grace these grounds. It's gonna be a spectacle, no doubt. Jeff Koinange Live takes a break. We'll be back.